Psych Marionette, doing business as Bargain Counter Argument, and I'm a middle-aged lady in a tiara talking about books. And today I'm a middle-aged lady in a tiara talking about books and doing the BookTube Numbers Tag. I saw this when my buddy Brian over at Casper's Mystery Corner did this a few weeks ago, and he threw it open to anybody who was interested, and I'm interested, so I'm going to do it. So I'm putting a link to Brian's channel generally and his numbers tag video specifically in the description. Along with all of the questions that I will be answering. I don't know who originally devised the tag, but anyway, thank you for doing it. Okay, so the first question is, what was your first YouTube video? Well, I did a couple of live streams in like December of 2023, but my first pre-recorded video was in January of 2024. It was like the second or the third. It was pretty early in the year. And it was a book on haul. And it was a book on haul because they're going back to the library. So my first video was talking about my library returns, what I thought of them and so on. And then not too long after that, I did a vlog, which was reader versus library due dates, where I was like trying to finish some books before they were due. But the first pre-recorded video that I posted was a library on haul. Question number 2 is, how many books are you currently reading? And that's handy because I'm reading 2. Bloody Heart by Sophie Lark. This is, I believe, the 4th book in the Brutal Birthright series. This is dark romance, like they're in the mafia or he's in the mafia. I'm buddy reading this with my friend Kristin of the Neverending TBR in Kristin's Corner. Link in the description. So we're having a good time. We're reading like 5 chapters a day. But they're short chapters, so that's nice. And then the other book I just started not too long ago was Plagueland by Alex Scarrow. This is a British YA post-apocalyptic novel, and it came out in 2016, and I'm now reading it. I have all 3 of the books in the trilogy, which I got at a library sale. Yeah, I go to a lot of library sales in case you haven't seen any of my videos before. So stick around for that. Question 3 is, what were the top 3 books you read last year? And let's see what I have here. Something Fabulous by Alexis Hall. That is a wonderful queer historical romance comedy. Let's see. I'm trying to read these off of the screen, and anyway, I got abducted by aliens, and now I'm trapped in a rom-com by Kimberly Lemming. And I wrote these down ahead of time, and it's not as helpful as I thought it would be. And the third was Lilith's Brood by Octavia Butler, which was a bind-up of the Xenogenesis trilogy by her, which I read last summer. And then I had some kind of honorable mention there. I had some rereads that I did last year that I really liked. Lotus by Jennifer Hartman, which is a very dramatic romance. Let's see. Nightfall by Isaac Asimov and Robert Silverberg, which is classic science fiction. And the Silo trilogy by Hugh Howey, which is Wool, Shift, and Dust. I do mean to watch the TV show, but I haven't done it yet. How many books did you read last year? I read 328. How many books have you rated as 5 stars so far this year? 20. It's been a pretty good reading year. Actually, it's a good thing that they phrased the question that way, because last year I wasn't really rating books. I have very ambiguous feelings about giving books star ratings. It's just like, I'm a mood reader. I'm also a mood rater. Do you have a reading target for this year? Yes, I do. I would like to try to read a book a day, so that's 365. We shall see if that actually works out. Because the next question is, are you on track? Yes, I am. I'm like 2 or 3 books ahead of being like a book a day. Let's see what's next. How many pages in the book that you're reading right now? Let's see. We have this book has 382, and that's Bloody Heart by Sophie Lark. And Plagueland by Alex Scarrow has 364. And let me see. Then, of course, there are 2 more books in the trilogy. So the next question is, how long are your YouTube videos? Mostly they're in the like 12-minute range or thereabouts, but when I do vlogs, I tend to go long, and they tend to be like a half an hour or even longer. I think the last vlog I posted was like 40 minutes long. Link in the description if you want to watch me jibber jabber for 40 minutes. The next question is, do you have a favorite number? Yes, yes I do. Is it a secret? No, no it's not. It's 7. I just like 7. I always have. Don't know why. So the final question is, do you have a book on your shelves with a number in the title or on the cover? And I decided to have some fun with this. So I grabbed a whole bunch which have numbers in different contexts. Pretty straightforward. 738 Days by Stacy Cade. Then we have by Stephen King, The Dark Tower 6, The Song of Susanna. Roman numeral. Oh, and then we have more abstract marketing information. We have Joanna Lindsay, The Devil Who Tamed Her. It's a step-back historical romance. Ooh, look at that step back. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. And it's also a #1 New York Times bestseller. Then we have also going back to a number in the title, The Madonna of 115th Street by Robert Orsi. This is a really good book. I read this as an undergrad and again in grad school. And it's kind of like history and ethnography about Italian-American immigrants kind of about 100 years ago and living in the 115th Street area of New York City. And the Madonna was a statue at the church there and how it figured into their worship. And he kind of expands that to talk about the immigrant experience at that time. Here's another one where it's both in the title and on the cover, and that is by Stephen King, my favorite book by him, 11/22/63. And also there's a newspaper header here with various numbers in that. I actually wasn't even thinking about this book when I was thinking about this question. My mom was actually the one who said, what about that Stephen King book? And I was like, what? She goes, what is it, 11-something-63? And I was like, oh yeah. How could I forget that? I love it. Let's see. And then we have The Year's Best Science Fiction, Volume 2, which is short stories. I really like the selection. It's edited by Jonathan Strahan, and I really like the selections that he made. And let's see, a couple more. Joyce Carol Oates, The Triumph of the Spider Monkey. This is the Hardcase Crime Edition, and first publication in 40 years. It's a reissue, obviously. And I thought I was going to have a number in the title for one reason. It turned out I did have a number on the title for a completely for a completely different reason, I should say. A Voyage Around the Queen by Craig Brown, which is kind of like a pop culture biography of Queen Elizabeth II. And I thought it was going to have 2 because Queen Elizabeth II, but actually it did have a number, but down here, because he is the author of 99 Glimpses of Princess Margaret. So that was a different number than I was expecting for a different reason. And then finally, I have one with the number spelled out, and it's a find. I found this at a library sale in Colchester, Connecticut, and it is the Inspirational Cookbook, which is a church cookbook from Third Congregational Church, which is right here in Middletown, even though I found this in Colchester. So that's a lot of different ways you can have numbers on the cover. And also a lot of older paperbacks will also have the price on the cover, particularly before barcodes. So anyway, that's a lot of different ways. Oh, and while I was talking, getting ready to wrap up, I just realized that there was another number on the cover, and this was, I mentioned that I just started Plagueland by Alex Scarrow, and that I found all 3 of the books. I have all 3 of the books because I found them at a library sale, and I noticed that the next book in the series actually has the price tag still on it. This is $1. Friends of the Library sponsored the sale. So that's another way you could have an external price tag on it. So that was the BookTube Numbers Tag. If anybody wants to do this, feel free. I don't want to call anyone out because I don't want to create obligations. So yeah, that was it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, share, subscribe, or don't. I'm not the boss of you, and I hope you have a good day or night.